I love Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki's work. I love the imaginative worlds, I love the beautiful art, the epic landscapes, the action sequences, the moments of peace and reflection, and of course the music. More than any of that though, what I love most and what makes his films so good is his understanding of humans, and so many of our intricacies. So today I'm going to look at one of my favorite Studio Ghibli films, and one that I think captures his adept understanding of the world. Princess Mononoke. Mr. Miyazaki is a lover of nature and the environment, and we can see his passion for it in many of his films. Some are more subtle than others in communicating it. Princess Mononoke is definitely more heavy-handed and conveys a clear message. We as humans are dependent on nature, so we must look after it. But why do I think he conveys his message so well when others do not? I'll get to that in a minute, but for now I just want to say to all of the people that are familiar with my channel, I am going to be posting some book-related content soon, as well as the second episode of my adaptation series, so stay tuned for that. Now is also a good time for a spoiler warning. I will be going into this movie in depth, so if you haven't seen Princess Mononoke, please pause this video, go watch it, you won't regret it. It is an absolute masterpiece, so be sure to do that and then come back here afterwards. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's dive into the video. Princess Mononoke tells the story of Prince Ashitaka. He's near his village when a demon is spotted charging towards it from the forest. He slays the demon but is touched by its poisonous tendrils and is marked. He's told by the village elder that the mark is one of rage and hatred and that it will spread throughout his body until his death. He is cast out of the village and told to meet his fate and to see with eyes unclouded by hate, with only the iron ball that he has found in the demon as a lead. This takes him to Irontown and Lady Eboshi. This is where Miyazaki's brilliance is shown. It's so easy when trying to convey a message through story, especially one that we're passionate about, to create flat, monstrous villains. It's easy to make very clear good and bad, and one might think that that would help illustrate the point, but instead it reads like propaganda. But Mr. Miyazaki understands that the issue of the environment, like most issues, is not an easy one with clear-cut answers. So while we're rooting for the beasts and gods of the forest, we're also confronted with humans that are doing what they need to make a life for themselves. It wouldn't help his message to simplify the issue with something as reductive as nature is good and humans are bad. What he does instead is show us that despite it being hard, despite us not having many other options, we still must care for the environment. He does this by creating nuance on both sides. Lady Eboshi is not pure evil, just as San, the adopted daughter of the wolf god, is not purely good. Both are flawed, and both are sure that they're doing the right thing. Lady Eboshi is poisoning the forest with her iron bullets. She's turning gods into demons filled with hate and rage, and she intends to go after the most powerful god, the god of the forest, and get his head as a trophy to give to Jigo, to whom she owes a favor. She does this because she has to, but also because it will allow her to expand and grow her company town. She's built up Irontown from nothing, and in doing so has given freedom through employment to women and lepers. She, as they said in the film, is the only person who saw the lepers as humans, and the women, previously brothel workers, were finally given freedom and were able to do work that they could be proud of. Lady Eboshi is apologetic for the pain she has caused Ashitaka, but is unwilling to change, and instead builds deadlier weapons because she believes she's making a better future for herself and the workers in Irontown. San sees herself as a protector of the forest, and she's willing to resort to violence to cure it, just like the humans would. She's unable to see that in many ways she is like them. The first time we see her and the wolves, they kill many humans, so later when they want to kill her, we can understand why. She also doesn't empathize with the humans. She refuses to see them as anything but violent beasts, which is a problem that the humans have as well. Ashitaka is the only one in the film that is able to see both sides. He does wish to find a cure for himself, but when he realizes that's not possible, he instead shifts his focus to finding a balance between nature and the humans and ending the violence. And that truly is the message of the film. It's not about one winning over the other. It's about mutual respect and balance. This message is reinforced by the structure of the film. At first, we are introduced to Ashitaka as a demon poisons him and tries to destroy his village. Then, we see that it was humans who turned the god into a demon. Then we see that the wolves are killing the humans, and that the humans are hardworking people who had a rough go in life. Then we see the tree spirits help the humans. It's a constant back and forth throughout the entire film, so we're able to see both the good and the bad of both sides. That is how Miyazaki is able to communicate his message so effectively. He doesn't alienate anyone. No matter your beliefs on the subject, he focuses on creating a world that shows how incredibly complex the subject is. By understanding that the issue of the environment, like nearly any issue, is complex, he's able to craft a message that rings with truth, one that we want to listen to. The film had some great symbolism and metaphors, but none shone so much as the one at the end of the film. When the forest god has its head blown off and is searching for it, killing everything in its path, Ashitaka says that it is human hands that must return the head. Once the head is returned, the forest is able to heal itself. The death of the forest god is a clear metaphor for the killing of the environment, and that one simple line communicates that it is us humans that must make the first step in returning the environment to a healthy place. If we let it, it will heal itself. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video. This is one of my favorite movies, so I know that this content is something that I haven't really done much of before, but if it's something that you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment that down below, and I'd be happy to make more content like this. I am a huge fan of Hayao Miyazaki's work, and I'd be happy to do more videos on his work, so if that's something that interests you, please let me know down below as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.